Volkswagen's always been pretty good at bringing power to the people, haven't they? I mean, you think about brands like GTI or R, but as it starts to try and electrify, they're going to do something a little bit differently by trying to introduce the same type of power to the people mentality to its EVs with GTX. But before you start fretting about the future of GTI, it is worth mentioning that VW's next generation of electric vehicles, including the Polo-sized ID.2 All and a future all-electric Golf, will retain the GTI badge. However, in order to rattle out some high-performance models that don't have that same baggage today, well, that's where GTX comes in. And that starts right here with the ID.3. Now, VW aficionados will probably recognise the GTX badge from the ID.4 and ID.5. But unlike those cars, this car has a bit more of a performance bent and crucially keeps a rear-wheel drive layout. In Europe, you'll be able to get your ID.3 GTX in two different power forms, either the standard or the performance, but it's the performance model that has the headline figures. In this case, the single rear-mounted motor produces 321 brake horsepower and 545 Nm of torque, which is a massive increase over the standard car. Now, Volkswagen says that it'll get to 62 miles an hour in 6.5 seconds or so, which is about what you would expect of a standard Golf GTI. Now, the non-performance model isn't too shabby either. It produces about 280 brake horsepower, but has the same 545 Nm of torque. But VW hasn't just focused on the motors, but also the battery. The new battery pack on the GTX is rated at 79 kWh and can be charged on a DC fast charger at up to 175 kilowatts. This will bump up charge from 10 to 80% in around 25 minutes. Yet the best bit is that despite the extra power, efficiency improvements in the battery pack has actually extended the range compared to the previous 77 kWh model, with VW quoting an estimated range of around 370 miles. That's about 20 miles up. Now, of course, all of this extra performance means nothing if the chassis hasn't been updated to suit, and this is where Volkswagen is being a little bit cloudy about the details. Now, they've said that it does have bespoke dampers and springs, and that it does sit a bit lower. It's 15mm lower at the back and 10mm lower at the front. But they haven't been really specific about what they've been trying to achieve in terms of the setup. The other thing as well is that the performance model does get dynamic chassis control or adaptive dampers, but they also say that it hasn't really changed from the standard car. It's also worth mentioning that the traction and stability controls haven't been updated either. Now, I did ask one of the representatives about whether there'd be an ESC Sport mode or something similar to make the most of the fact that it's rear-wheel drive, to which he answered no. The good news is Volkswagen has paid some attention to the design of the GTX because it does look slightly different to the standard car. It's got a brand new front bumper with quite a dramatic mesh pattern down low and some new LED fog lights. You'll also see that it still has its little LED moustache and it comes standard with 20-inch wheels as well. Inside the cabin, things aren't fundamentally different to the standard ID.3, which means that it's a bit of a mixed bag. Now, quality of this updated model is significantly better than the standard car. You can see it's got a upholstered dashboard and high quality materials on the door cards and stuff like that. Now, specific to the GTX, it does have lots of red detailing around the steering wheel, such as here, and also some pretty cool piping here on the seat as well, which themselves are actually also derived from the Golf R. The main thing is that by the time that this is on sale in the UK, it will come standard with the much larger 12.9-inch touchscreen display, which is significantly better than the version that came before. It also means that these sliders are now backlit, much to everybody's delight, and generally speaking, things in here are just about sporty enough to make you realise that you're driving something a bit more fun than a standard ID.3 without going too far in the other direction. But the ID.3 GTX is going to live or die on whether it's actually any fun to drive. Now, unfortunately, these MEB cars have yet to really convince us, even in the slightly more charismatic and dynamic Cupra Born form. This GTX, though, is probably the one to do it, though, and there is definitely potential in there, especially thanks to that rear-wheel drive. All that's left to do is drive it. BMW, sorry.